travels with his new team while Luka makes his postseason debut. And according to Fox Bet, the Mavs are underdogs at plus 450 to win the series. So, Shannon, who wins and in how many games?
I got the Clippers in 5. I believe the Mavs can win a game, Skip. The Mavs have a very, very good offense. It's just not very good down the stretch. Because the thing is, Skip, the shots that Luka take in the first 3.5 quarters work fine and good. But when you're down one, or you're 2 points, or you tie ball game, those step-back 30-footers don't seem so good. And they have been very poor in the clutch. They're 18 and what were they? 8-19 in the games decided by 5 points or less. So that's telling me, with the number one efficient offense, and you're that bad in close ball games, that's telling me down the stretch, you're not where you need to be. And Luka has to do a better job of taking care of the ball, and he has to get a little bit more. Skip, he's young. I mean, he's still he's a very young kid. Now, he's really a kid, Skip. But I think the thing is that the problem that the Clippers cause Luka is that they're physical with him. Kawhi gets up into him. Paul George will get up into him. Patrick Beverly will get up into him. And so they will get physical with him. And then who does he guard? You're going to put him on Paul George? You're going to put him on Kawhi? You're going to put him on Mars? I mean, who does he guard? So they make him work. Now, and the thing is that what I saw with Porzingis, if this Porzingis that shows up in the bubble, the last couple of games, Skip, it can be a series. He's going to need to give you 30. Because he's capable of that. That's the thing. He's capable of giving you 30 because Zubac can't defend him outside the three-point range. I don't think he can stop him down low. But so if he's going to give us 30 and 15, he can't be 18 and 9. 18 and 9 to get him swept. So I'm counting on Luka to be Luka. I'm going to say Luka probably give you something like 24, 10, and 8. But the key is going to be Porzingis. Porzingis is going to have a monster game or they'll get swept. But I believe they'll get one game, and I'm saying the series goes 5, but the Clippers win it in 5.
And I got my Clippers in 7 games, and that 7th game I predict will go down to the wire. To the wire. I'm about to explain myself. Down to the wire. And it may take old Lemon Pepper to have a hot wing in that game. He might have to close that one off. He may have to close that game the way he's closed Magic City on occasion.
Old lap dance Lou.
Okay, here we go. To me, this will be the Clippers' toughest series. And you can throw in Lakers, Nuggets, whoever you want to throw. This is going to be the tough one. And it's not just because the Mavericks have historically the greatest offensive rating in history of the NBA. Their offense rated number 1. I give you, they were 26th in clutch time. So maybe we should call them the Dallas Dames. How about that? Dallas Dames.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I mean, really, they just light you up until the last couple of minutes, and then they don't light you up. They struggle. Is Luka going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot? They don't know yet.
Bad shots.
Okay. My problem with the Clippers is they did go 3-0 versus Dallas, but they just haven't played enough together. Certainly in the bubble, they really haven't played enough. But if you look at all 72 regular season games, the full roster was together for 12 games out of 72. So here comes Montrezl Harrell back. He is literally a huge part of who they are, literally and figuratively. He missed all 3 bubble scrimmage games. He missed all 8 regular season conclusion games. And he's finally clear. He's back. He's ready. He's driven. Lou says he feels sorry for opponents. He hasn't played a game since March the 10th. What am I supposed to make of that? Are they going to throw him in against the Mavericks? Is he going to find 5 minutes to play, 8 minutes? Who are they? Because they can't be sure. Because speaking of Lou Williams, he missed 3 of the bubble games. He seemed to just now be getting his legs back. But do they have their rotation back in order? Because Pat Bev missed the last 3 bubble games with a pulled calf. And you know, and I certainly know, you pull one of those things, and it can just be touch and go. It can be the B word, right? It can just drive you nuts because just when you think it's okay, you push off one more time and it goes again.
What do basketball players do? That's all they do is sudden move.
I got you. And I don't know how much his health can be trusted going forward because he is becoming a very veteran player in this league. Marcus Morris just joined at the trade deadline. Reggie Jackson just joined at the trade deadline. Joakim Noah just joined now. So all of a sudden you got all these new faces and new ways and new sort of games to fit into a unity that they haven't found yet. I think this is going to be a struggle against Dallas because all of a sudden the stakes, the odds, the urgency, the pressure goes way up. You haven't seen this kind of pressure in those bubble games.
Oh, look, didn't Paul George say him and Kawhi got together?
I'm glad
and they've been practicing?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
That was my next point. What are you talking about? He said, we've developed chemistry during the hiatus because we live close enough together in Southern California. I could go visit him. He could come and visit me. Well, can you develop chemistry playing one-on-one? No. Can you develop chemistry playing video games or watching movies?
Yeah.
Probably not. You can develop rapport. You can, deepen your friendship. But the only way to develop basketball chemistry is to play 5-on-5 in games that matter, games that count.
It sounds like to me, if I didn't know better, I mean, sitting for where I am in my little comfy seat over here, I just heard a lot of excuses.
No excuses.
Trez just got back. Lemon Pepper Lou. And we don't know what Pat Bell. And then we got this guy. And that's all that.
Well, I'm just telling you what's about to happen. It's going to be tough. Dallas is together. They've been together. I admire those guys. They make,
no, you don't.
If Porzingis starts making, he shoots threes like they're free throws.
Hold on. Tell about every time I tell you that.
You said he's the next Larry Bird.
No. I said, and every time I say Luka is the closest thing to Larry Bird, lightning's gonna strike us. How dare you bitching that guy in the same breath as Larry Bird? And Larry Bird was an assassin.
I also told you he shocks me with what a great below-the-rim rebounder he is. And obviously, I told you from day one, he is a gifted passer.
Yes.
He's not a crunch time scorer.
Right.
But he can weirdly get in the lane and get to the basket because he's got this sort of innate knack. It's like Rodman-esque of he knows angles and ways to get to the free throw line. He's not a great free throw shooter. He's definitely not a great outside shooter. But the point is, they have enough firepower if Hardaway Jr. gets going, which he can.
Finney Smith and Lieber.
Hey, they can get going. I just think they're going to make it tough on the Clippers, and it might be great tough. It might be fire test tough.
Look, Curry has his moments.
He does.
Has his moments where he can go off and get to 25, 30.
He just got back from, I think, an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a long series, maybe a good, hard series for the Clippers, but I do not trust them to just come out and flip the switch.
I don't trust you.
12 times the roster's been together in 72 games, and now you're going into the playoffs?
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to do anything.
What you're going to do, you're going to say 7 games, then when they sweep, okay, because you see what the old Clippers, the bottom, the basement dwellers, you see what they doing. That's what you're trying to do.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
What?
I am picking the Clippers to win the NBA championship. I'm not going to back off that, but it's going to be tough to get past Dallas, and then I assume it's going to be Denver over Utah, and so they'll get Denver next.
Mike Conley just left the bubble to see the birth of his child.
He did. Okay, so I don't fear Denver as much as I do Dallas right now.
You ready for
And I definitely do not fear LeBron.
I do not. With Jokic and MPJ?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Murray? And Bo.
You got this?
Bo.
Yeah, you got this?
Oh, yeah.
We got some cases coming on this?
Sure do.
That one we got cases on.
Sure do.
Okay. I just can't wait. I do want to see Clippers take down Lakers, push them right down the stairs into the basement, falling on their face. That's what's going to happen.
It's kind of aggressive.
Like it.
Okay, we're just going that way. Guys, at 43 years old, has Tom Brady really not lost any of his arm strength? Shannon, it is unbelievable. And we're going to talk